Hey, what's up with YouTube? Today, Chris over here. Today, I'm bringing you the video review of The Legend of Korra, the complete series. Now, before I get that, I want to talk to you guys about my Buddy Fight deck, about my newest Buddy Fight deck, Dradani, which, of course, is the deck used by the main character of future Buddy Fight Ace, Yuga Mikado. After doing some playtesting and adding one card from my old Dragon World deck, which I added Draconic Grimoire, since that's a really good card. I mean, I don't know why I added it, I'm probably never going to be below 3-5 life in this deck. Probably I said, but anyway, yeah, it's a pretty good deck. Even though I got it yesterday on a Sunday, which is still very weird. But, whatever. But, anyway, so the Legend of Korra. For those of you who know, the Legend of Korra is essentially Avatar: The Last Airbender, just 70 years later, and with a lead female character. And her name is Korra, and she's from the Southern Water Tribe. Now, again, this is 70 years. Again, Legend of Korra takes place again. This takes place 70 years after this. 70 years after Avatar: The Last Airbender. When really in the real world, they're just years apart. But in their world, they're 70 years apart. When Aang died in 153 AG, Korra was born sometime after that, and became the new Avatar. Now, well, how does that work exactly? How does one become the new Avatar? Well, you see, one has to be reincarnated as the Avatar from a past life, and Aang is Korra's past life. One of Korra's past lives. There's hundreds upon hundreds of avatars. Now, I actually like The Legend of Korra, because we actually see more than what they're telling us. We actually learn that the Avatar is part spirit, because of the first Avatar. And we actually get to see how the first Avatar came to be. In Book 2, Spirits. We actually get to see the first Avatar become the first Avatar by combining with the Spirit of Light, Rava, who essentially gives one and that's his name, by the way, one, essentially gives the Avatar the ability to pin all 4 elements at once. Which, by the way, is really freaking cool, bending all 4 elements. Now, you may be asking, what essentially is the 4 elements? What are the 4 elements exactly? Well, if you want to know that, then I suggest you go check out my Avatar: The Last Airbender video. But give you a brief overview. The four elements are essentially fire, earth, air, and water. And again, Korra being a Southern Water Tribe girl, and a Southern Water Tribe avatar, she comes from the Southern Water Tribe. Again, much like Aang's wife, Katara. Yes, I said wife, because those two end up getting married and having children. Now, in the series, in The Legend of Korra, we find out that Aang does die and has kids, like I said. He has 3 children and 1 on the way. Well, no, scratch that. He has 3 children. Bumi, Kaya, and Tenzin. Now, out of the 3, only Tenzin and Kaya become benders. Kaya becomes a water bender, and Tenzin becomes an air bender. Bumi becomes a Bumi is a non-bender. Now, Tenzin then grows up, and now, of course, Tenzin, Kaya, and Bumi all grow up. Then Tenzin has 3 kids of his own, with 1 on the way. And those kids are Jinora, Iki, and Mila. Those are the 3 kids he has currently. His fourth and final child, his name is Rohan. And we meet all these characters relatively early on in the series. Much like we also meet Pema, who, of course, is Tenzin's wife. Now, we meet Korra in the very first episode of Book 1. And then we find, and of course, she has to stop this evil bad guy, this evil blood... this evil dude who is just pure evil. Because now, here's what's funny about our bad guy. Here's what's funny about The Legend of Korra. Is that each season has its own bad guy for Korra to defeat. And I'm not joking. In Book 1, it's a bloodbender named Amon, who claims to hate all bending and who claims to not be a bender. And who claims to have the ability to take away people's bending that was given to him by the spirits. When really, we all know who really has that. When really, I mean, at first sounds like it's all talk. And we all know that only the Avatars ever had the ability to take away people's bending. It was given to them by a lion turtle. Which I don't really get. How can someone else who's not the Avatar have that ability? I'll tell you how. Blood bending. Somehow, Amon has figured out how to use blood bending to take away somebody's bending. And it actually works. And of course, a few episodes later, he's defeated and then he dies because his own brother kills him. In himself. Now, next up, in Season 2, or Book 2, Spirits. Now, there's one thing to note. Korra had 4 seasons, and had 3. Oh, and of course, it went on for about 2 years. It went from 2012 to 2014. It had about 56 episodes total. Now, in book 2, we meet our new bad guy, Unalak, who is Korra's uncle and the chief of the Northern Water Tribe. And yes, I said Korra's uncle. Now, book 2 is also where we find out about the first ever Avatar wine. And we also learn that the Avatar is part spirit. That's how he can communicate with spirits. That's also how he or she. That's also how they can connect to the spirit world. Now we also learn that. Thanks to Juan, a dark spirit named Vatu is free. So basically, Juan screwed everything. So basically, Juan screwed over the world. But then he fixed it by stealing Vatu away in a tree in the spirit world. And then, of course, Vatu's freed. 10,000 years later, battles Korra, destroys Rava, thanks with help from Unalak, basically and essentially killing off every single Avatar. Essentially making Korra the last Avatar. Which, essentially, she's also technically she is the last Avatar, but officially, she's also the last and the first Avatar. Essentially, after she defeats Unavatu, which is a combination of Unalak and Vatu, she refuses with Rava, and when you think about it, she becomes the first Avatar and starts the cycle and she restarts the cycle all over again. Starting it off with her. Right? I mean, think about it. All her past lives are gone. She refuses with Rava to become essentially the last and the first Avatar all over again. Does that make sense to you guys? If it does, let me know in the comment section down below. Then we're on to book 3. Change. Now, in book 3, that's when it gets a little weird. Because in book 2, after book 2 ended, Korra let the spirit world portals open and let the spirits come back into the world. Oh, and of course, Korra ends up dating a firebender named Mako in season 1 and 2. Actually, in season 2, she starts dating him. Then they break up. And they're still working up by season 3. Now, what season 3 does is that essentially what Korra does in season 2 by keeping the spirit portals open essentially affects all of season 3. And basically what that means is that what she does is that thanks to the spirit world being open, thanks to the portals being open again, she basically helped create all new airbenders. Now, if you guys remember, in Avatar, The Last Airbender, all the airbenders were wiped out. Aang, the Avatar then, was the last airbender. But thanks to Korra in season 2 of her series, Violating the Spirit Portals Open, she creates brand new avatars. No, not avatars. She creates all new airbenders. And Boomy, not King Boomy, Boomy, Aang's son, is one of those airbenders. So basically they have to go all around the world recreating the Air Nation. All while trying to avoid this new bad guy called Zahir. Now Zahir gets airbending. Now, of course, we also learn of another new ability called lava bending. Now, we also get to see this one chick who has no arms. She's literally got no arms. All she has is legs. And she can bend. Like, she uses water to create her arms. So that's amazing. Now we also get to meet this one chick named Plea, who is essentially dating Zahir. And I don't know why, but they did it. But they did this, and I absolutely freaking. I don't know why, but I fucking loved it. So in Avatar: The Last Airbender, in book 3, we find out that Aang is still alive. Zuko does something. He hires a powerful firebender with an eye right here, and they can firebend with his mind. Or should I say combustion bend? Because he's a combustion bender. And then the first thing that Sokka comes up with is Sparky Sparky Boom Man. So we meet a combustion bender named Plea in Korra. And she essentially is dating Zahir. Whereas Korra's dating no one. Again. She's still not dating anybody. But anyway, she gets killed because, well, a whole clan of metalbenders, the leader, puts over her head like a helmet. As Plea goes to combustion bend, she basically kills herself. Thanks to metalbenders. So then, of course, Zahir goes to poison the Avatar with platinum. Forcing Korra into the Avatar state and killing her. But that doesn't happen. He gets defeated. Oh, by the way, each of these books are months apart for each other. Except for book 4. Balance. Now, book 4 is 3 years after the events of book 3. Where, yet again, another bad guy comes into play. Or a bad girl, I should say. By the name of Kuvira, a metal bender. She essentially takes over the Earth Kingdom because of the Earth Empire. And basically, by the end, she's defeated by Korra. Again. Not again, but she's defeated by Korra at the end of the series, like always. And then, bada bing, bada boom! We get something cool and we get something amazing. What do I mean by something amazing? Well, by the time Korra's back up to fine shape in book 4, she is essentially back in fine condition, meaning that she's ready to take on any challenger. And of course, Kuvira has this super spirit weapon. That she uses. And of course, she fails. But she's firing, of course, after her giant freaking robot. So yeah, sure. Why not throw in a giant robot anywhere you want? Guys, what the fuck? And when I saw that, I was thinking, okay, so we're going the Power Rangers route now? With mech suits? Or are we going the Gundam route with the mech suits? Essentially, we went the Gundam route, because we had mech suits. But of course, Kuvira is defeated. And we get to see a wedding between two characters. Two characters that we met in Season 2. In Book 2. They're getting married in Book 4. That is Varric and Julie. I did mention Varric because at the point at the time he wasn't that important of a character. Plus, we don't really get to see him throughout Book 3. And he only becomes a main character in Book 4. And since Julie and him get married, I just think it's sweet. But of course, Korra and Asami by the end are leaving because Asami wants to go on a vacation. And by this point, at this point in time, I believe it's time to tell you guys that Korra is finally dating somebody. And I think they might have been dating ever since Book 3 happened. That's Korra and Asami. That's right. Korra is bisexual. Which I love that. I love that the LGBTQ community can get can get a hero like Korra. And so basically what happens is that Korra and Sonic walk off into the spirit world while looking lovingly into each other's eyes. Now, of course, I'm filming this on Monday. I will be uploading this on Monday because I finished this last night on a Sunday at 11. And I didn't feel like making a video last night at 11:30 because I was just too damn tired. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed The Legend of Korra as much as I did, let me know your thoughts about the comment section down below. But all guys, do I recommend the series? Hell to the yes. But I recommend you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender first, so that this makes sense. Now, if you'll excuse me, guys, I'm going to revisit the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender on Blu-ray. So you're actually reading what the characters are saying. That's after I find out who all of the past lives are. Peace.